Welcome back to Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. I'm Gennaro Vasquez, and this is the 2016 BCA Pool League Wisconsin State Championships. And have we ever got a good one for you this time? It's the Men's Gold Division Championship, the finals. This is Table 1 here at Chula Vista Resort. We're watching the match here from about 15 feet above table number 1. Working on getting the FargoRate up here for you. Getting the score, the races updated and such. Here comes a break. Wow, that was a explosive break, and one ball finds its way in the hole. Here we go. Preston against Ron. Preston has a race to 4 by the FargoRate. Ron, a race to 7. Ron is the one in the driver's seat, is he not? Yep, Ron is the one in the driver's seat. He's racing to 7. Preston would have to double dip Ron in order to become champion. Preston is both these guys guaranteed no worse than second. $15 ball. Ron goes ahead and lines himself up with a 13 in the side. Stripes are pretty open here. Goes ahead and pockets that. Does not want to make contact with that 5. He may have just hooked himself. Kind of looking at it careful here. Doesn't look like he's really putting any spin or anything on it, so he must be able to see it clear. Oh, he was able to see it well enough. He actually was able to get some draw on it. Be able to kind of knock out that 3 ball a little bit. 3 ball slightly covers that corner pocket. I do believe he still has half a pocket for that ball. Ron kind of looking at it because he would really like to be able to play that in any part of the pocket he wants to. He's also got a little bit more angle on that 10 ball, I think, than he'd like as well. Gonna be kind of hard to hold it a little bit here, I would think. Does he draw it? Gonna come back off that top rail for the 9? Does he try to thin it? Well, he left himself a very nice shot for the 12 here. Still sitting really well. The shape to the 9 ball is going to have to be a little touchy here, so he's got to be kind of careful on the shape that he gets on the 14 in order to be able to play shape to the 9. 9 balls probably what he's looking at for his key ball here. If he is able to pocket that 9, leaves himself a nice shot for the 8 ball in the other corner pocket, which is, at least at the moment, the only pocket it goes in. Let's see if he tries to relocate that 8 ball or something to free himself up even a little more. Wow, that was a great shot. No wonder he's been playing so well. He's in the driver's seat. Hits that ball. Well, you really can't hit it too much better than that. My goodness. The FargoRate system has him racing to 7. Preston racing to 4. Ron in the driver's seat here. He is moving that ball around with intention and purpose. Really looking at his angles. Got a little bit out of line, I believe, on the 1 shot, but he got right back in. Look at that little spin shot lined up for the side. Very subtle movement to the cue ball, but very important to line himself up. Well, he goes ahead and finishes off that rack. Very nice, controlled run out. And that's 1 game down. He was a 53% favorite to win the match to begin with, even though he has to go all the way to 7. He's spotting Preston 3 games. This is the Gold Division Finals. This young man, his first time at the table for this match. Chalks up the cue. Rolls it up to the top rail and off. Now here he goes. He's cueing off the rail. He's in the middle. Breaks middle ball. And the 2 ball is going toward the side, but somehow stays out. And does something I think he really probably would prefer not to do right now. He lets Ron back to the table. And I believe those stripes are what he will be going for. That 6, 5, 7 tandem over near that corner pocket. There's kind of a congregation of 6 balls over there, and the stripes are sitting a whole lot nicer than the solids over there. That is for sure. All the other balls have pockets. The 13, the 14. I do believe it is going to be stripes that he's going to go for here. Kind of eyeballing that 15 ball. I think he wants to get on the 14 next. He's playing up with that 13. Wow, that's a lot of confidence there. That is a lot of confidence. Kind of taking a look at some different options here. Does he want to play the 14, leave himself for the 13? And if so, kind of the angle he wants to shoot that from. And he goes ahead and leaves himself for the 9 ball. Well, I definitely believe that 13 ball is going to be the next ball after this 9. He's not going to leave that around there too long, I can't imagine. But it's kind of an important positional shot, too, because he's got to get back on shape for those balls in the corner. Can do it in a number of ways, so it's just a matter of which way he would like to do it. Oh, he was trying to use a 3-ball as a stopper to maintain position for the cue ball, but instead of stopping the cue ball, it kind of slides off the 3-ball and kind of throws him a little bit out of line here. Well, quite a bit out of line, to be honest. Hard to tell if he can get that 11 ball. He can, if he can't get it straight in, he can definitely kind of spin it if that's what he chooses to do. Otherwise, that 13 ball would be a back cut. That would be. He's going to go ahead and shoot this ball. He's going to throw it around that 5 a little bit. And he catches a piece of the 5. So that gives Preston a chance here. Preston is down 1-0 here. Preston's only going to 4. This young man must be shooting quite well if he's made it this far. He's knocked off some really good competition. This is the finals of the Gold Division at the Chula Vista Resort and Water Park. He shoots the 7 ball in the side, lines himself up well for the 6 ball in the corner. We'll see. Going to draw it back to this long reel a little bit and shoot the 5 down the corner. Here comes the 3 ball. Shape on the 1 ball is going to be pretty important here. Not sure he has really the ability to roll it forward and shoot the 1 next. We'll see though. Drawing this ball. Believe he's going to shoot the 2 ball next and try to leave himself with a 1 in the side. And that was very well done. So he's going to play the 1 in the side. He's going to apply some running English. Some top and running English, maybe 1 or 2 tips of both. Try to slide as much as he can over to that other long rail for the forward. He decides to just go ahead and take the sure angle. Had a chance there to kind of improve the shot or make sure he maintained the angle. He decided to go ahead and maintain the angle. Take the little bit longer shot. Here comes the 4 ball. Comes out. Going to catch the 11. Well, he has left himself. He's left himself an opportunity here to pocket the 8. Does he go for the side? Men's Gold Division final. And he puts it in the hole. Wow, that was a nice shot there. You on these Diamond Pro cuts, especially if you're going to come at the side from that steep of an angle, you have to hit it good. And that young man hit it very well. So he evens up the score at 1-1. Ron still going to 7, of course. Preston racing to 3. Ron broken run the first rack. Ron sporting the black glove. Gonna tear into this head ball. Wow. He did make a ball. Look at this weird arrangement. Those solids. Wow, it's unbelievable. The stripes are all like in that one little clump near the corner pocket, and all the solids are everywhere else, spread out in a very, unfortunately for Preston, very, very good position. He's going to probably come up here and clean these balls out that are above the 8-ball to begin with here. Clean up one half of the table, then come down and finish the other half of the table. Very precise cue ball movements by Dobo, as they call him. I think really how he wants to get to that 7-ball is kind of plain in his mind here. And here's the moment of truth. Trying to get an angle. Kind of waved his hand over the table like a swami, saying, slow down, slow down. This is the men's gold division in this finals. Taps in the 3-ball. Going to take the 2-ball next here. 6 in the side, 8 in the corner. It looks like Ron Dobo, as they call him, is very good shape to take a 2-1 lead in this match. He didn't shy away from that shot. He hit it. In fact, he definitely hit it harder than he wanted to. There's no doubt about it. Kind of looks up to the ceiling. Probably thinking to himself, why did I do that? But he's the difficult part of this is just going to have to play shape for the 8-ball. The 6 is still readily makeable in the side, but he's going to have to take the cue ball probably 1, 2, probably 2 rails for shape. Here's 1, there's 2, and I think he can probably live with that. Puts the ball in the side pocket. That's 2 breaking runs for Ron as he is in the driver's seat already. Preston has to double dip him. Ron not showing any signs of letting up here on his good shooting. He's racing to 7. FargoRate is being updated even as we speak. This is the 2016 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championships at Chula Vista Resort and Water Park. Our Gennaro Vasquez in the booth, about 15 feet above table number 1 here at Chula Vista. And here comes Preston. Preston says, okay, you're going to break and run on me. Let me give that a shot too. The this time. He pockets a ball. He doesn't come out with a great first shot here. He does have that combination, the 1-2. He has a couple of stripes all the way down. I think solids are probably the ones that he would elect to shoot anyway, so this combination at least gets him the right suit. He's going to do this to try to break out the 4 too. No, that was a good shot. Just shoots the combination. Going to shoot this 3, set him up for the 4 in the opposite corner. He'll play the 1 ball, come down for the 5 probably, maybe the 7. We'll have to see how he kind of lines up on that 1 ball first. Brings it to the rail. Ron says, how close are we to the 12? We're not very close. Okay, I'm going to go back and have a seat and let you continue your run out here. So, from this position, he has the option of going around 2 rails. And he's going to do so in one of 2 ways. The 5 ball is probably the ball he's going to shoot. The 6 ball is in kind of a peculiar spot. He's going to have to do something to do positional play in order. He doesn't want to go too far here. Gonna have to play very precise shape for the 7 in order to get on the 6. This ball on the top rail, it's a little hard to see from I guess that's going to be the 13 ball. Could potentially be in a way a little bit here, so let's see if he goes forward with it, draws it around. He's definitely going to do something to avoid touching. He's going to go forward with that ball, try to throw it forward to that tangent line so it doesn't hit that 13. Oh, that was a good shot. Oh. Puts lots of running English on that ball and throws it forward to that tangent line and also spins it around 2 rails with the 6 ball in the other corner. Oh, wow. That is, it's going to be disappointing for him. He ran that rack out so nice, even got shape on those tough balls. Wasn't what you would probably consider a very easy shot. I am guessing, though, that he would probably consider that he would normally make that shot. Well, Ron coming to the table now. Cue ball is sort of fading toward that side pocket. Seemed a little surprised at the way that ball acted. I think you want a little more angle there. Well, the tough ball for him is the 13 ball. Does have a couple of opportunities to get on it here. Goes rail first. You know, he may even play that 9 ball off of that 6. Let's see if he decides to, well, he's going to shoot this 12 ball first. But after he shoots the 12, is he going to shoot the 9 off of the 6 and try to open up that pocket? He can do that, or he could elect to leave himself kind of straight and follow the cue ball down there. It looks like he's going to do kind of both. He's going to play that 15 ball off the 6, and he's going to go forward with his cue ball, it looks like. Looks like he's he just plays shape. He did not want to flirt with trying to play that ball off of the 6. Guess there's a reason why I'm in the announcing booth and he's in the driver's seat on the gold bracket here at Chula Vista. Ooh, catches a little bit of... That's not where he wanted that ball, that is for sure. Wanted to slide by that 9, just shaves a tiny piece of it. Sort of sitting in a position where he can bank a cross corner, I think. Or he may elect to play a safety. It's kind of on a line where it's headed toward that. It's a pretty decent line to shoot at the cross corner, and that's what he calls. The gold division, the gentleman shooting is Ron, and Dobo is his nickname. He's racing to 7. He's in the driver's seat, trying to finish this off. Does not pocket the ball. However, he does leave Preston pretty tough shot. The 6 ball, it's about a 3/4 table length shot. It would be a very thin cut backward. I think he's looking at a safety here. He's going to probably hit the 6 ball, try to, he's going to bank it once back. It's hard to get out of the double kiss here, but he finds a way. Kind of hits it a little bit short. That was a hard bank. He very hard to get the cue ball out of the way for that one. And the way he avoided that was hitting it a little bit shorter, and thus caught that long rail on his way down to that corner pocket. 8 ball's going to move a little bit here. Oh, he ended up nice out of that. Had to kind of control the hit on that a little bit. Throws it in that side pocket again. So he's up 3-1 now. He was racing to 7. Preston, who has to double dip run, racing to 4. We're updating the Fargo rating right now. It's the 2016 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championship. This is the gold division, the men's final here. Chula Vista Resort and Water Park. I'm Gennaro Vasquez, providing the commentary for you here. Well, let's see how this goes. Ron kind of broke and ran his first 2 breaks very much like a hot knife through butter. So, does a hot knife go through cheese? It is Wisconsin, so well, maybe we'll leave that alone. All right, here he goes, breaking his for the 3rd time. Tears into the rack again. There's no balls that are headed toward a pocket. So for the first time in this set, no balls pocketed. Stripes are definitely going to be what Preston has to shoot here. It's kind of snugged right up behind that 6 ball. Going to cut the 10 to the corner. And he overcuts. Oh, wow. Overcuts it a little bit and scratches. Well, he was only left with one shot. To be fair, he was only left with one shot. And he shot it and had to hit it with some speed. Was shooting off the rail. All in all, it was not the shot he probably wanted to start with. But that is what the table gave him. So now Ron is at 3-1. And he has an opportunity here with ball in hand. He's choosing stripes. You see that he has a 2-1 advantage, according to FargoRate, in order to win this match. Preston still, though, a 34% chance to win this match. He's only going to 4. Ron is going to 7. So more or less a race to 4 for Ron at this point. A race to 3 for Preston. Plays that very nicely. And if the balls weren't open enough already, he opens them up even more. Not much standing in the way now between him and his 4th win of this match. Gonna probably play for the 3-ball next. He does. Leaves himself a nice angle. He can kind of draw back out of that. Come to this long rail. He may elect to play the 4-ball up in the corner. Shooting left-handed now. And even shooting left-handed, he manages to pull that cue ball back up to the middle of the table. The speed control is what's important here because he has to pocket this 5, go to the top rail, and come back down a little bit. He is just manipulating that cue ball just about as well as you can right now. In the driver's seat for the finals here. And he is playing some very good pool. Puts that one in the subway, and Preston has an opportunity to break here. This is a good time for a break for Preston, I would think. Maybe want to just kind of do something to see if he can stem the tide a little bit. But as of this moment, he's going up to rack the balls. It's a race to 3 now. Race to 3 between Ron and Preston. Ron in the driver's seat for this final match. Preston would have to double dip him. Preston right now needs a win badly, just so he can kind of get back in the flow of things. Breaks and does not make a ball. Well, the ball's not sitting quite as open as they have been some of the racks. If Ron intends to run this out, he's going to have to do a little bit of work to do so. Not that he didn't do work the other racks, but this one even a little more so. Both balls sitting about equal. They're not really laying that well for a run out on either of them. And thus that's why he's really taking his time and kind of surveying everything. Does he want stripes? Does he want solids? He has a shot at both suits. Is he going to try to run it out? Is he going to try to lay it up somewhere? Going to run it down, play safe? We'll see what he has in mind here. He's really surveying this table. This is a potentially really big game for him because he has a 77% chance of winning this match right now, according to FargoRate. We're playing CSI, BCAPL rules. Tournament being expertly run. The equipment provided as well by the same folks, Bad Boys Productions, and great job as always. These tables are playing so good. They're fast, the pockets are tight, and they have done a fine job in giving us a great set of equipment to play on. Also, CSI certified referees ensuring fair play and the top-notch shot calling. And it looks like he's going to shoot this 9 ball here. Maybe spin over, try to hit that 2 ball out of there, and the 10. Doesn't want it to go. Boy, that couldn't have come out much better. That could not have come out much better. I think he's going to shoot this 10 ball here. He can just kind of shoot just a small little draw shot, a little nip shot off this end rail and be able to play the 12 down the other corner if that's what he's looking for. And he's like, I'm not shooting any nip shot. I'm going to go ahead and put a full stroke on this ball. And he knocks them both out, free and clear. So he is, as I've said it a couple of times here, seems like he's always off to the races. He's always opening up the balls and putting himself in position to be able to maneuver around the table. First time I've seen kind of a little bit of self-talk going on. Something about this shot it doesn't quite exactly like it. I think it's because of the cue ball, what he's going to have to do with the cue ball here. And I think he didn't like where he was going to have to send that cue ball for shape of the 12 because it's a little fraught with error. Anytime you're going into a couple of balls there, things can happen. He pushed that 2 ball up before that 11 went in the side pocket, right over where that cue ball is now, but I don't believe it does anymore. So he's going to have to play shape somewhere else. Oh, kind of gets away with one little bit there. He bumps that 14 ball. Bumps the 14 ball. And gives himself a slight cut. Even if he hadn't come out well on that, he did have the 15 ball. I don't think it's what he would have preferred to shoot, because that's going to be his key ball for the 8 ball. He's just going to drift over to that other long rail, shoot the 11 in the side. And he puts the ball in. Leaves himself a near perfect angle. He's going to take a second to look at this, though, because it's a little tricky. But the way he's been navigating around the table and using just those super precise cue ball movements, much like that, it's kind of hard not to think that he's not going to find a way to work that out. So he's already got 4 games and a race to 7. He's in the driver's seat. And folks, we can see why. He is playing some very good pool. He has a penchant for that side pocket. This is the 5th game that he's won. I'm pretty sure he's put almost all of them right in that side pocket. That same side pocket. Oh, watch out. Cue ball headed a little bit toward that corner, but well, this is a big break here. The last time Dobo broke, he did not pocket a ball, but got back to the table. Anyway, he's broken run a couple of racks here. So he can put himself on the hill before Preston gets back to the table. And you can see at this point that Dobo has an overwhelming mathematical advantage, according to FargoRate, to win this gold division championship. Now needs 2 games, 88% chance that he's going to finish this off. Here comes the front ball break. Wow, he just hits that ball so solid that those balls just scattered to the 4 corners of the earth. It's kind of impressive to see here. He just shoots them so well. He hits that, talk about good breaks, leaving the cue ball in the middle of the table. You could probably draw a line from end to end and side to side, and if that thing isn't right on that dot, it's not far off. He put that cue ball right smack dead in the middle of the table. He's looking at it because he's trying to figure out this 11 ball here. He wants to, looks like he's going to try to leave himself next for the 14 ball, and then that'll give him a downward angle to be able to back cut the 9 into the side pocket. And if he does that, he can kind of knock loose that 5-11 little cluster there. So far, it's been plan A the whole way on this particular run out. Now he's got the back cut on the 9 to the side pocket. And if he comes out well out of this, which I don't know how you would come out better. Wow. Lines up on that 13 ball. I think he can pretty much play this any way he wants. He can gonna put that 13 ball on the side, leave himself fairly flat for the 10, be able to shoot the 11 in the other corner. Then the 15 ball, 8 ball, and to the hill he goes. This is from the Chula Vista Resort and Water Park, the 2016 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championship. I'm Gennaro Vasquez providing commentary for this gold bracket final. Dobo really checking out the angles, double checking everything, measuring twice. So he elects to play the 15 ball first here. Looking at exactly where he wants to get to be. He wants to get a fairly flat angle on that 10. Because he doesn't want to come off that rail too much. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. This is the 7th game of the match. And I do believe that is the first ball that he has rattled the entire match. If he has had a shot, for the most part, he has made it. Well, could this be a turning point? Preston would sure like to think so. It's a big shot right here. Oh, he undercuts it. Undercuts it. Preston has a smile on his face. To be honest, doesn't feel like he's even had many shots at the table. It seems like Ron has spent about 90% of the time at the table here. So maybe a little bit of nerves, maybe a little bit of he's a little bit on ice. Hard when somebody's playing this well and you're not shooting that much. It's hard to come up out of that seat and start making run out pool. And he's set up for that side pocket again. They had to put a little marker right around that 8-ball. Call it the Dobo pocket, because he's put every 8-ball in that pocket. Pretty amazing. Well, he goes to the hill, and you would have to think that statistically, anecdotally, and just emotionally, he is quite in control of this match. FargoRate says 96% chance that he's going to prevail. Well, now Preston has to start one game at a time. I don't think he gave himself a very good rack there. The ball's not even sure the 8-ball moved at all. It's a tight pack. He can shoot this 10, leave himself for the 11 in the side and an angle. I think he even floated a little too far for that. He's going to, at some point, try to go into this pack. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do it on this shot, though. Maybe get that 12 ball out of there. And he's calling a safety here. And pretty good safety. Very good safety. He leaves Dobo a chance to kick at a ball here, and that's about it. There's not a lot going on. As far as available shots. It's his break next. Gets a good hit and freezes him on the 9. He has got the speed of these diamonds down to a T. He's moving that cue ball around and playing safes and whatever he has to do with absolute accuracy. He calls a safety here. Going to hit the 6 ball, maybe even trying to pocket the 15 ball and leave him up on the top rail, I'm guessing. Yep. He does, just as I say, he left him playing perfect speed and everything like that, although that was an incredibly difficult shot to leave him behind that pack of balls. He does leave him the 12 ball here. And Preston has the 9 ball. He has a good angle to kick those trouble balls out of there. He has a good chance to, well, boy, that 8 ball just didn't come out. That 8 ball just stayed there. And I'm not sure there's a shot there of any sort. He says safety. I don't think he really wants to break those balls out. But he does manage to kind of clutter up the 2, the 3, and the 8 a little. Dobo comes down and takes a look at the 6 ball. This is for the match if he can find a way out here. And he's got an angle where he can go into these balls and create an opening. Wow. He just doesn't even make you think for a second, like he doesn't have some kind of control over what he's gonna do. Pretty amazing cue ball control. Very impressive. So here comes the 3 ball, kind of comes back down table to get on the 5 ball. He's got to draw this ball out off this bottom rail. Going to go forward with it, 2 rails. And this could be it, folks. Gold Division final. Dobo's on the hill. Doesn't even take a chance that he's not going to hit it good and puts a full stroke into it. Side pocket even says, yeah, I'll go ahead and give you a little nudge out even a little more off the rail. I think we're ready to crown a champion. Indeed we do. Well, no double dip this time. Ron controls the match from beginning to end. 7-1. Preston did get a win in his belt, and he takes home second place. So congratulations.